Diamond dance on my teeth, 100 bands on my jeans. Got some niggas that's gone, pray my niggas get free.
What's up, Kite community? We right back at it with episode 22. You hear me? Young E-Class Kite. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell too. Hit that notification bell. You hear me? I wanted to hop on here right before I get this workout because my mind was just flowing. Because I just gave y'all that first week up in there. Now we still into the first week, going into the second week. I don't even really want to put weeks on it because honestly the time was moving so fast, but it was only like days for real. So like I told y'all, I just moved up on detail. So I moved up on detail. I'm messing with my man Whack and another individual. I don't really want to say his name because I don't really deal with Slim no more. But so the dudes that I met when I first came in there, a lot of them was like, they wasn't like in the mix too heavy. They was still trying to find their way for real. And plus they ain't really have like an arm on the street to be sending them stuff in there. Cause when you making your way in prison, if you got somebody on the street that could send you smack, weed, whatever, like if you got somebody on the street that could send you in or get it to whoever, like you'll meet somebody that's a whore. So if you could get a lot of cash, then you would have a lot of motion in prison for real. And a lot of them dudes, they ain't really have it. And I knew two of them dudes before I got to the cut. I knew them from, you know what I'm saying, previous situations or previous jails and things of that nature. So, you know what I'm saying? I think they felt some kind of way. Because me and Rabbit had to talk about it before. Rabbit was one of the individuals. That was my dog. And always my dog. That's still my dog right now. But I went from being around Rabbit like every day to, you know what I'm saying, really going under the wing of Whack. And it wasn't done maliciously. I didn't like curry Rabbit. It's just an older dude took a liking to me, wanted to give me the game. So it's like protocol to that. It's like a boundary setter. Cause not saying Whack don't fuck with Rabbit, but it's just that ain't who he took a liking to. That ain't who he taking to school for real. He taking me to school. So, and he don't really want people around in them intimate moments that's not really on the time for real. Cause Rabbit older. You gotta think these dudes older for real. And then Whack older than all us. So like he see me at a young age and he like probably like, man, let me get shorty shot before he end up like these other individuals that's Whack age that ain't on nothing. So I go from hanging from certain individuals every day to next thing you know, I'm with Whack every day. Whack introduced me to other big dogs and big shots and people with high influence in the prison, people that's getting money in the prison, different things of that nature. So my status started to change. Now I'm in a mix, I'm hustling, I'm, you know what I'm saying, running back and forth. And I remember like Rabbit telling me like, dang, you got your big hat on now. And I didn't really understand it right when he said it, and then I had to let it marinate. I'm like, dang, why you like, what you mean? So he basically tell me like, yeah, you since you moved up there, you got your big hat on, you don't be, you know what I'm saying, you don't be rocking with me no more. So I'm like, why you still my dog? I'm like, what you mean? So I just think and also he was up there for like a year or some change before I got there. So it's like he still was like new to the prison. So him seeing me and I'm younger and somebody that he was tight with, it probably was like a little shocking that once we got in that jump, we wasn't as tight as we was before. But I think it was like something that me and him had to learn, the fact that like when you genuine friends, like some paths people gotta walk on their own. And that was one of the paths I had to walk on. I had to get schooled. Like, Rabbit, this is not your first bit. When you first came through prison, there's certain people that schooled you on certain things you had to go through. Because Rabbit didn't have the tools to school me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have them real penitentiary prison tools. I got 40 years. And I'm 16. I got like, it's life or death in this jump. And survival mode. Like, you got to be able to survive. And he didn't have the necessary tools to help me out. So it just didn't befit the relationship to be what it was at that time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even understand it back then. I understand it now, and I believe Rabbit didn't too, because he took it the wrong way. So it was like it was some months went by that man Rabbit didn't even like really speak as much, because I think he just felt like I just was on something new because I was around new individuals or whatever. I think he just took it around. And I think he didn't think those individuals like rock with him. But they did. They just was in a different mode at that time. I just, I'm saying? I fell in line, man. I had to learn this game because I'm looking at Wack like, I'm looking at the respect he got. I'm looking at the money he making. I'm looking at how he moving. I'm looking at ain't no trouble coming his way. I'm looking at people willing to handle and do things just off the strength of him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, that's game right there. And I need to soak all that in. So but the other individual, he was a selfish dude, and I didn't know it at the time, but he was one of them dudes that was like if you equate it to being on the street, an older dude that get a young dude with heart to hustle for him, and he use him up, and he always give him just enough, so he always gonna need him, but he can't break off and do his own thing, and that's what the other dude was. You know what I'm saying? That's when I first started really like dealing with like Smack. I was doing it for him, you know what I'm saying, running it for him, and I'm saying the money I'm saying off of that, I'm like, bet. The whole time he punishing. Like, you gotta think like would you get a chapstick cap, a Smack for on the street compared to what it do in prison? Man, I'm talking about a gram. Like they doing 4 or 5 times the number of what it is on whatever it is on the street. They doing 4 or 5, 10 times that number in there. You know what I'm saying? The same thing I told you with the tobacco and with the weed. Like over an ounce of weed, dudes making thousands. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't really know too much about Smack. You know what I'm saying? Because in DC, like growing up, like when I did hustle, I was hustling weed, and then when I had times like crack, it was crack. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know too much about Smack, so I learned all that down there. You gotta keep it cool and all this, that, and the third. I seen dudes whip it in a hot pot, like straight. I seen microwave, like I seen some things up in that junk for. Like I learned a lot of different tactics just being up in that junk. Then you had dudes that cook wine, make jailhouse alcohol, jailhouse wine, hooch or whatever they want to call it, moonshine. But So this particular day that I'm about to speak on is a day that I seen like how serious things could get like this or whatever. It was a dude on the opposite tier of our tier on the other side on C side. That what's the C or B? No, that's all. I'm tripping. My bad, I'm tripping. So it was a dude. I don't want to say his name either because I mess with dude too. But no. Matter of fact, let me rewind. Let me talk about Big Hurt. So as I'm learning how to hustle from Bone and the other dude, I said I don't want to say his name, the selfish dude. It's this dude named Big Hurt, right? So I don't know too much about Big Hurt. My first impressions of him was like he like an uncle, like he like a friendly dude or whatever. Like, so when I first came in there, he used to always speak to him like, "Dang, what's up, shorty?" So he's saying he came in young and just, you know what I'm saying, just talk about different things. And I'd be like, oh, yeah. Like he wasn't aggressive, but he was huge. He was huge. That's why they call him Big Hurt. Like Big Hercules. Like he was huge. And he was from Baltimore. So I told you I started hustling the bullets when I was on the TID before I moved to up there with Whacking them. So one day he came up to me and I thought he wanted to buy some bullets. But he was like, no, he was like, I'm gonna throw you something. He's like, I'm gonna throw you something. And, the pouches was going for like $25 or whatever. So I was just like I'm good. But he was like, nah, he was like, man, get your commissary up. I know you just came in here. And that's a no-no. Like if you don't know a person, you don't supposed to take, especially no drugs. If you don't know a person, you don't supposed to take nothing. I was just caught up such in the mix of hustling. My mind got dang on the street because I done got fronted weed a bunch of times. I done got fronted weed while I was selling weed, and I wasn't like thinking about it because I'm like, oh, I could pay this off quick. I could pay this off with this. I could pay this off with the profit. Flip that front, turn that. See if he could throw me something with the next front, like build up a relationship with whomever I'm getting it from. So that's what I'm like. I'm about to do with Slim. I'm like, all right, you about to throw me that? Cool. I'm still gonna come at him with some bread. So he could be like, oh, that's what you doing, huh? Take this. And I come back at him with some bread. And he be like, huh, take this. So I thought I was going to be, so I could double up where I'm getting the tobacco from. Because the tobacco sells so much in there. I'm like, bet. So I'm about to start throwing me Jones. I'm going to still hit him. I'm going to give him a hundo. I'm going to give him a hundo one day. Like, man, I appreciate that. Here's 100. Like, you got more where that come from. So you got some days later, he throw another pouch at me. So I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? I try to hit him with something. He like, nah, just get yourself together. Once you get yourself together, then, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, cool. So then the transition move, you know what I'm saying? I move up there with Wack. And I guess somebody see me doing business with Big Hurt. Ain't no secrets in prison. Ain't no secrets in prison. So they tell Slim that I don't rock with. Now, the selfish dude, they tell him like, hey, yeah, tell Elmo, like, he used to call me Lil Bo. Cause I don't know, he just wanna be a big homie so bad. Like, and he could have been. He's just selfish. He just like want to change my name and all that. So he like, Lil Bo. So I'm like, what's up? He like, man, Slim that you been getting tobacco from, the Big Hurt, like, he a booty bandit. So I'm like, what? So I'm like blown back. I'm like, a booty bandit. He like, yeah, man, Slim, he be on boys. And he be on young niggas. So I'm like, stop playing, Slim. So now he asking me about the business. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I thought about this some time back, whole time, he just hating on me and Slim business for real. He might have been warning me, I don't know. But he's so selfish. Slim don't want me to do business with nobody but him. He want to use me up. He want me to be his legs and hustle for him and all that, but we're going to get back to that. So I'm like, dang. But I'm like, he ain't never, like I told you, when I came in the cut, I didn't never see nobody that was, you know what I'm saying, living that opposite lifestyle. I never seen that. I didn't see no feminine nothing in there. The only femininity that was in there was the women COs, you know what I'm saying? So that even confused me. I was like, dang. So I'm like what I supposed to do with this information? Like, what I supposed to do? He like, man, you gotta check him. Like, you gotta check him. Let him know you don't play. Like, you gotta check him. So I'm like, how you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you check him? So you gotta let him know that, like, you ain't with that, and like, if that's what he on, then like, yeah, you gonna go. So this around the time that they had bought a bunch of knives from this dude that was making them Johnson. He had like a fan, and on his fan, somehow the motor, he put sandpaper on it, and he had metal, man. He had sheets of metal that was crazy. Like, So he sold us a bunch of jumps, and they had shelves. So you could make a shelf. Like I told you, you could paint your cells. Also, dudes was making shelves out of like cardboard and different material. And these like real shelves like this in homes. And they use this Gorilla Glue type stuff to put the shelves up. So we cut open the shelves in a way that you could like put knives inside of them and then you seal them. And like we had some, man, I ain't gonna lie, I had some vicious spats. And so I went and got I went to the spot, got one of the jumps. It was like I always called it a Rambo jump. It go like this, like it curved like a moon, and it had ridges in it, like shark teeth type stuff. So I went and got that. Had a holster made for it, just basically like put it on top of some cardboard, traced it on the other cardboard, put them two cardboards together, cut them out. Put some big paper clips on the side, put two paper clips together, that's 4 paper clips, and it was like a little holster. So I put it in my shower bag with all my shower shoes, towel, washcloth, change of clothes, might be some gym shorts in there, bunch of stuff in there. So I woke up to the, cause normally I see Big Hurt up at the West Wing showers. He normally be chilling in the phone area. So I woke up to the gym. He stuttered too, so I woke up to the West Wing showers. Mind you, everybody in yard. And so everybody in yard, like the guards be like by the door, by the window, like they don't be upstairs. So I go put my bag down. And when I put my bag down, I go to take the knife out the shower bag, but the paper clips got caught up on cause the shower bag is like a net bag. The paper clips get caught up on it. I was like, I'm glad nothing ain't jump on right now, cause I'm like struggling to get the dang knife. So I finally get it out, put it on my hip, put my shirt over it. And there's, back big shirts and all that stuff. Well, not big shirts like Baltimore, but just bigger shirts than we wear now. So I walk over, like I'm getting on the phone, and you hear like, shorty, hey, shorty. Like that's how he talk. He talk loud. It's not a deep voice, but it's a large voice. I'm like, what's up? But now I gotta pump myself up, because I'm not angry at him or anything, because he didn't do nothing to me. I'm just coming for some information that I heard from a third party. So I gotta like hype myself up to even get angry, because he ain't do nothing but in my eyes like show me love, like try to put me on. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was a no-no and I would never tell nobody or advise nobody to do that. But so when I was walking over to him, he's like, yeah, shorty, hey, yeah, shorty, yeah, I just got, you know what I'm saying? So you look, I'm gonna give you cash, see what you can do with the can. So I was like, what you mean you gonna give me a can? So I attitude broke, but he don't even peep it because he ain't changed what he was saying. So I'm like, I ain't asked you for no can. So he like, what you mean, shorty? So I'm like, bro, I ain't know, man. I'm like, what you want, some freak shit? So he like, what? And when he linked back like, what? Like you could see how big he is. And I just grabbed the joint. He like, shorty. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? You want some free? You keep. So he like, show me how what you ain't no man. Hey, I ain't. So now that I see that he in fear, like he's scared, it do something. He don't even seem as big no more to me. Cause before I pulled it out, I remember like looking at him like this knife might bend on him. Like he was like, urgh. I'm like, man, the knife might bend on him. But now when I grabbed it, he just was shrinking. Like, shorty, I swear, I ain't know nothing, shorty. I ain't know none of that, shorty. I'm just shorty. So I'm like, man, what the man nigga saying? You a motherfucker booty bandit and shit, man. You trying to, man, what the fuck? And I'm just, and I'm moving. But he like, and I'm like, that. Trying to get and remembering the stuff that Johnny was teaching me. So I'm just making sure he don't get no, but he like, so I swear. So I'm like, So I started put the joint up, turned around, got my shower bag, ran downstairs. And adrenaline rushing at me. I'm just like, and I'm paranoid. I'm like, dang, is it cameras in here? I don't know what's going on. Like, you'd have thought, like I did something. So I'm going to cell. I'm in the cell just, and people noticing like I ain't coming out. So they like, people think I got a bad letter, bad phone call. Johnny like, what's up, you working out? So I'm like, nah, I'm chill. And then Whack and the selfish dude, and like, man, what's up? So I'm like, man, I ran down on Big Hurt. They laughing. So I'm like niggas laughing for. So they like, what happened? So I tell them, they died laughing. And I even told them, like, I was a little nervous at first because he's, you know what I'm saying, so big. I'm thinking the joke on. So they like, what happened? So I tell him, like, he said, like, he wasn't on none of that. He really was just trying to, like, look out. He wasn't on nothing. And I told him, like, he was like, for real? So I was like, yeah, man. So I was like, what I do now? For real. Like, I'm like, I'm going to see what is it camera? Like, man, ain't no cameras on there. And they just gave me the rundown of the jump for real. So somebody sent the kite up there. And I guess Big Hurt had hollered at somebody to holler at one of them to like see what I was on. They basically was like, man, let that go, man. You let her know what it is, blah blah blah. Like, they was like, just in case it was like if Slim was on something, he ain't on it now. So you know, later on that day or whatever, we come out, go to eat. I see her, I'm with them, and they like Slim trying to holler at you. So I, you know what I'm saying, slide over there. And like, shorty on everything, man. I respect mine. You a man. I respect that, man. But I would never want blah, 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 blah. Like, if you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's a bet. So he was like, man, come see me out the login, man. Got there for you. You still trying? He was like, yeah. So I was like, all right, that's a bet, man. I was like, man, I just wanted to make sure, you know. Like, no, I understand that. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do, shorty. That's what you're supposed to do. So I was like, all right. And I think that like spread it to a point where as though dudes knew I wasn't no sucker. Like, Like, no pushover or just like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that gotta happen. Cause with somebody that's a booty bandit, like if they say youngin coming into jail and they think he's soft, it's over. It's curtains. They in his bushes. And and Big Herc had did something while I was there. And yeah, man, that's I'm gonna break that story down on the next joke. But yeah, so that was my first time, like, not using the knife, but that was my first time, like, I guess whipping out, or I don't know how you would categorize. That was my first time really standing on something. And honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I think the selfish dude really ain't want me to do business with Slim for real. Because like, as we go further along in this story, you're gonna see like how selfish dude is and why I say I don't really rock with him for real. But you know what I'm saying? We definitely made some bread, definitely was hustling. He definitely used me up. I say that he definitely used me up, man. When I be thinking about it now, he definitely used me up for real. But and I talked to Wack about it down the line. Wack was like, man, it's just a journey. Like, it's just a journey. Like, you ain't do nothing wrong. You did what, you know what I'm saying, your little homie supposed to do. You held it down. He just misused his big homie position or whatever, for real. And it is what it is. But now I get the slip. I get my slip back. My vision listen. My phone listen. You know, break upstairs, get on the phone. I'm calling everybody, but I don't got no local number, so these phone calls like $30 a phone call. Like, these phone calls was smacking. And that's when dudes put me on point. Like, yeah, you gotta get your peoples to get a local number. Either change their number to this zip code or get a Baltimore number because Baltimore was local up there, or get a it was something else, another line. They had little businesses set up where dudes was selling local numbers and all kind of stuff. So I get people to get local numbers. So I'm letting everybody know they can come see me, family excited, because at this point in time, these first couple weeks in there, I was just on prison time. I was just in prison. Only time I was really hearing from my family and talking to my family was through letters, man. And when Bone busts out the phone, he ain't really bust that joint out all the time. For me, he used to burn that joint up. But he was just like, man, you gotta get your joke, man, because I ain't risking my joke. And I understand that. So I had to get everything in order so I could get my joke. And yeah, everything was just starting to move along. And my first visit was about to be up there. So I had already told my mother that I don't send me no money. Just bring up. I told her my first couple visits just bring me cash, because after I get straight, like, you ain't gonna never have to worry about no money no more. Like, I'm gonna be sending money home, and that was the mission. She was with it. My mother from the streets. My mother used to smuggle stuff in Lord and through me sometimes, especially on the final days out Lord with the tents and all that. Like, I remember all them little events, going down there to see Audrey, going down there to see who else was the dude? I mainly remember going down there to see Audrey. The dudes from Northeast, they probably know who Audrey is. But yeah, I used to bump into my cousins down that jump. Like bumping the Page Road. I be seeing them now. He work at Safeway. Bumping a few people down on there I used to see, and everybody. I never knew that was a prison. I used to thought that was a tent. But that's getting off subject. That's talking about the Lord days. I was just letting you know that my mother already was into the mix of understanding how to do things. And the girls that I was talking to was my age, so they couldn't come up there without an adult. So my mother would bring them up there and stuff. So my mother would bring younger. And at the time I was talking to I don't want to say no names, but yeah, my mother was bringing my visits up there, and yeah, we're gonna get into the first visit on the next episode. This episode was just closing out, like, when I was just strictly. This time was like dead time. It was full prison time. It felt like I wasn't even really in tune with the outside world. I felt like I was really prison locked in. Like, oh yeah, and I had gotten in school too, because one day I ran down a night yard, and it was this dude. Dang, what's his name? He stopped me. It was not a CO, a prisoner, a convict. He stopped me like, man, you ain't in school. So I'm like, what? He like you're not going to night yard. So I'm like, bro, you better get in school, bro. So I'm like, man, what the? So when I go back on the tip, I'm like, bro, man, something like they told me I ain't going to night yard, I gotta get to school. They're like, yeah, bro, you gotta get in school, man. Junior, everybody like, bro, you gotta go to school. So I'm like, man, I'm not going to no school. I was about to drop out of school when I was on the streets. I'm not going to no school. They be in school all day. So then dude was doing tattoos. So I was about to get my first tattoo. I remember calling my mother on Bone phone. Like, man, I'm about to get a tattoo. She like, man, you better get in school. So I'm like, dang, that Bone talking to my mother. So she basically like, but my mother always said that she wanted all her kids to graduate. She had 3 boys, and 2 of them already graduated, or they went to college. It's my turn. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get in school. And so I went around there. This dude named, dang, what's his name? I think it was Mako. One of them walked me around the school. What's Miss Gelsa? Oh, Miss Gelsa. That was my teacher, Miss Gelsa. Man, she was dope. I had a different teacher before Miss Gelsa. But they brought me around and was like, man, you need to get in school. He's 16. So I had to put something into my case manager, so I can get on the count out for the school, because you be around there through count. And when they lock the jail down the count, if I ain't in my cell, they need to know that I'm on a school count, or other than that, they're gonna call for escape. But yeah, I'm gonna get into all that too. Going to school was crazy too. Going to school was crazy. I'm enthused around down school, but yeah, now I'm in a mix. I'm in prison, and the stuff that I'm telling y'all now is to answer a lot of questions of when people be like, why I escaped soon. If I got life, or if I got all that time, I would have escaped, or I'd have. Some dudes even said they would have, you know what I'm saying, knocked themselves off. But once you get in prison and see the flow of things, that don't really be like on the average person mind, because you get straight in the mix. Like, it's a whole world in there, bro. There's a whole world in there that be moving. You got dudes in there hustling. You got dudes in there playing sports. You got dudes in that joint chasing females. Talking about COs. All they do every day is they try to crack a female. And you got dudes in there trying to turn COs to horses. You got dudes in that joint tattooing. Got dudes in there making stuff. You got dudes with shop jobs. Got dudes getting high. You got the barbers in there. You got the dudes that do hair. You got the dudes that cook. Like, there was some cooks up in that jump. It was just, when you get in there, it's like a little population, a little town, a little world, and like, it's hard to explain if you never went through it, but it's just like, imagine moving to a new town. Like, it's live. Like, you got wars that be happening. It's dangerous. You gotta watch your step, watch who you talk to, remember everything. You gotta understand what people say to you. You gotta pay attention to language, body language. You might be walking, might be 500 people walking behind you. You gotta pay attention to every footstep. Because if the footsteps is going like this, and then some go, you gotta be able to dictate what side is coming from where. You gotta be on point. Like, it's so much that goes on in there. Bro, man, last thing you be stabbed. I ain't never think about escaping. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I talked about it, joked about it. There was somebody in there that did almost do it. I'm sure people done escape from it. I don't know, but like, once you get in there, especially if you're not no scared individual, and you know what I'm saying, somebody or a popular individual, like, you get in there in the mix, man, it's different. Like, then you got the law library. That's something else I'm gonna get into. But man, I appreciate y'all time. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Everybody been on me about being consistent with me dropping. It's just that I'm learning the technical aspect of this, and I'm trying to, like, I want to do everything myself, man. I be seeing dudes that get to do everything themselves. Every aspect of this is fun. The editing, the getting in front of the screen is like therapy. I had to also tell the dude, he's like, man, why don't you just sit and record a bunch? I'm like, bruh, it's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? Reciting all this and digging into your brain and some stuff that you trying to let be. Like, because that moment still was like, you at the lowest point in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my freedom that was taken. I was taken away from my family. I was taken away from my mother. Also, you know what I'm saying, I was coming to grips with, you know what I'm saying, that I took a life, you know what I'm saying, that I was a part of the reason why another young guy is no longer here. And that was lingering in there, and different things of that nature. Like, that was a moment in time in my life that ain't just the easiest just to sit in, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Young E-Class Kites, we out.